The humid air over the South China Sea crackles with a new kind of energy, as tensions and hopes intermingle above the waves. The world watches closely, sensing that something significant is unfolding in these contested waters. Today, December 26, 2025, marks a historic turning point for the Philippines, a day that will be remembered for generations to come. Massive cargo planes thunder down at Clark Air Base, their bellies filled with advanced weapon systems and vital supplies. The air is thick with anticipation as soldiers and officers oversee the arrival of this unprecedented arsenal. This is more than a military delivery. It's a bold statement from a nation long underestimated, a declaration that the Philippines is ready to defend its future. For decades, the Philippines was seen as having one of Asia's weakest militaries, relying on outdated equipment and foreign support. Today, that story changes dramatically, as the nation steps into a new era of self-reliance and strength. The arrival of cutting-edge hardware, missile systems, fighter jets, and surveillance technology signals a shift from vulnerability to credible defense, transforming the country's military landscape. Across the country, from the bustling streets of Manila to the remote islands of Palawan, pride and confidence surge. Citizens gather to witness parades and demonstrations, their faces alight with hope and national spirit. These assets are more than just equipment, they're powerful symbols of sovereignty, unity, and determination. Each new vehicle and weapon system represents the collective will of a people determined to protect their homeland. The hopes and dreams of over 115 million Filipinos ride with every truck rolling out from the air bases, carrying not just weapons, but the promise of a safer, more secure future for all. Years of careful planning, negotiation, and diplomacy have led to this moment. The Philippines is no longer a passive observer in regional affairs, but an active participant shaping its own destiny. The armed forces of the Philippines, once reliant on aging relics and hand-me-downs, are now equipped for the complex challenges of the 21st century. Training intensifies as troops master new technologies and tactics. This modernization isn't about aggression, it's about earning respect, deterring threats, and protecting the nation's sovereign rights in a rapidly changing world. Allies like the United States, Japan, and Australia see this transformation as vital for a stable, free, and open Indo-Pacific. Joint exercises and partnerships grow stronger, reinforcing regional security. Filipino soldiers now stand empowered, operating a cutting-edge defense network that links land, sea, and air. Their vigilance and skill are the backbone of the nation's new deterrent posture. This is the dawn of a new strategic reality, one where the Philippines' voice is heard, its borders respected, and its people united in the pursuit of peace and security for generations to come. To truly grasp the significance of today's moment, we must first reflect on the journey that brought us here. The Philippines' recent past was marked by uncertainty and vulnerability, a time when the nation's security seemed fragile and its future unclear. For decades, the country's defense forces struggled with aging equipment, Navy ships that belonged in museums, Air Force jets that were relics of a bygone era, and ground forces lacking the tools to keep pace with modern threats. Filipino fishermen, the lifeblood of coastal communities, faced daily intimidation in their own waters. Meanwhile, China's construction of artificial islands in the South China Sea went largely unchallenged, highlighting the nation's limited ability to assert its rights. Even diplomatic victories, such as the landmark 2016 arbitration win at The Hague, felt bittersweet, legal triumphs that rang hollow without the military strength to enforce them. This imbalance left the Philippines exposed, frustrated, and often sidelined in international affairs, unable to fully protect its interests or its people. The path to modernization demanded a fundamental change in mindset, a willingness to invest in the nation's future, and unwavering political resolve. The Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Act provided the blueprint, but escalating tensions in the South China Sea made reform not just important, but absolutely urgent. Leaders came to understand that true security means defending both land and sea, protecting every inch of territory and every Filipino life. Thus began a multi-year nationwide effort, acquiring advanced assets, retraining personnel, and reimagining military strategy to meet the challenges of a new era. Today, the results are unmistakable. Modern frigates patrol the seas, fighter jets soar overhead, and coastal defenses stand ready, all symbols of a nation transformed. This is not a mere shopping spree, but a carefully targeted program, Horizon 3, designed to fill the most critical gaps in national defense and ensure every peso is spent wisely. Each new acquisition, each training exercise, strengthens a layered defense, sending a clear message. Any potential aggressor will now have to think twice before testing Philippine resolve. This transformation is more than just new equipment. It's a testament to the resilience of the Filipino spirit and a government's renewed commitment to sovereignty and national pride. The Philippines is no longer defenseless. Its future is now firmly in its own hands, guided by courage, unity, and hope for generations to come. At the heart of this new defense is the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. Its arrival marks the Philippines' most significant military leap yet. The BrahMos flies at nearly 3 times the speed of sound, making it nearly impossible to intercept. Deployed along the western coast, it creates a 300-kilometer protective bubble. Now, any hostile vessel entering Philippine waters risks swift, devastating retaliation. This deterrent changes the strategic calculus for any adversary. For the first time, the Philippines can threaten high-value naval assets of major powers. The BrahMos is a symbol of self-reliance and national pride, not just firepower. Filipino operators, trained for months, now enforce maritime boundaries with real teeth. The days of unchallenged encroachment are over. New weapons are only part of the strategy. The Philippines is not alone. In today's complex security environment, strength comes not just from hardware, but from the power of partnership. The Philippines recognizes that facing modern threats requires more than just upgrading its arsenal. It demands building strong relationships with trusted allies. Revitalized alliances, especially with the United States, form the backbone of its security. Decades of cooperation have built trust and a shared commitment to defending peace and stability in the region. The Mutual Defense Treaty and expanded ADICA sites enable joint training, rapid crisis response, and the ability to deploy forces quickly when needed. These agreements ensure that both nations can act together, seamlessly, in times of need. U.S.-Philippine patrols in the South China Sea send a clear message: aggression will have consequences. These joint operations demonstrate unity and resolve, deterring potential threats and reassuring allies. These partnerships ensure interoperability, access to advanced training, and shared intelligence. By working together, the Philippines and its allies can respond faster and more effectively to any challenge. Beyond the U.S., Japan and Australia have become key security partners. Their involvement broadens the Philippines' network of support and brings new capabilities to the table. Japan provides patrol vessels and deepens military cooperation. This partnership enhances maritime security and strengthens the Philippines' ability to protect its waters. Australia expands support into maritime security, offering training, resources, and joint exercises that build confidence and expertise among Filipino forces. Trilateral and quadrilateral partnerships create a united front of democracies upholding international law. These alliances foster trust, coordination, and a shared vision for a peaceful Indo-Pacific. This network complicates any aggressor's plans. Conflict with the Philippines risks a coalition response. The presence of multiple allies raises the stakes for any would-be adversary. The security dynamic shifts from China-centric to a resilient web of partners. This interconnected system of alliances makes the region safer and more stable for everyone. For the Philippines, alliances aren't about choosing sides. They're about collective security. By working with others, the country ensures its sovereignty and contributes to a safer neighborhood. Together, these partnerships deter aggression and ensure regional stability. The combined strength of these alliances is far greater than any one nation standing alone. The Philippines stands stronger, not just for itself, but for the region. Through unity and cooperation, it helps build a future where peace and security are shared by all. The goal of modernization and alliances is simple: credible deterrence. Deterrence isn't about winning wars, but preventing them. For years, the Philippines lacked the military might to back its words. Now, with systems like BrahMos, any aggressor must weigh the risk of losing billion-dollar warships. The dynamic has shifted. The Philippines can now punch back, not just absorb blows, but deterrence is more than hardware. It's about national will and clear intentions. The government's message is unwavering: not an inch of territory will be surrendered. Political resolve, combined with allied support, magnifies deterrence. This new era gives the Philippines breathing room. Fishermen work safely. Resources can be explored. Deterrence isn't provocation. It's the shield that protects peace and prosperity. Stability allows diplomacy and international law to work. The Philippines now stands ready to defend its future. Advanced weapons are only effective if used well, so joint military exercises have intensified. Drills like Balikatan now simulate high-end conflict with live fire, amphibious landings, and complex naval maneuvers. These aren't just for show. They build real skills and interoperability with allies. Filipino forces learn from US, Australian, and Japanese counterparts, integrating new systems into a cohesive defense. These exercises send a powerful message: the alliance is ready and united. They act as a visible deterrent, demonstrating collective combat power. At the same time, the Philippines pursues self-reliance, developing its own defense industry. The goal: produce patrol vessels, ammunition, and supplies domestically, reducing reliance on foreign sources. This creates high-tech jobs and ensures readiness in a crisis. Training, alliances, and self-reliance form a comprehensive security strategy. The Philippines is prepared for any contingency. Does modernization make conflict with China more likely? Manila's answer: the opposite. The goal is to raise the cost of aggression so high that conflict becomes unattractive. Defensive deterrence prevents bullying and coercion, allowing the Philippines to negotiate from strength. New patrol ships, surveillance, and missile batteries make gray zone tactics riskier for adversaries. Military strength creates space for diplomacy. Weakness invites dismissal, but credible defense commands respect. The Philippines can engage China economically while holding firm on sovereignty. This dual approach, dialogue and deterrence, preserves peace. The strategy isn't about winning wars but about restoring balance and stability. By making itself a tougher target, the Philippines discourages adventurism and promotes negotiation. In this way, new weapons become tools of peace, not provocation. Modernization has sparked national unity and pride. For years, news from the West Philippine Sea brought frustration. Now, it brings empowerment. Images of new jets and ships inspire confidence in the nation's ability to defend itself. Morale in the armed forces is soaring. Soldiers finally have the tools they need. This investment is a profound show of respect for their service. Support for modernization cuts across political divides. Sovereignty is a national cause. Popular backing gives the government a mandate to keep investing in defense. This unity sends a message to allies and adversaries alike. The Philippines is shedding its victim image, embracing a proactive role in regional security. It's not just about defense, it's about contributing to Indo-Pacific stability. A new generation is inspired to believe in the country's potential. The pride is rooted in quiet confidence, not militarism. As 2026 approaches, the Philippines enters a new chapter. This is more than a story of weapons, it's a nation's awakening. The Filipino spirit, once tested by vulnerability, now stands matched by credible capability. The Indo-Pacific remains volatile, but the Philippines faces challenges from a position of strength. No longer a bystander, it shapes its own destiny. With a modern military, strong allies, and a united people, the Philippines can defend its sovereignty and uphold the rule of law. Peace through strength defines this new era. The goal isn't conflict, but an environment where peace and dialogue flourish. The new defense posture is the shield that enables this vision. A strong defense is the guarantor of peace and prosperity. The Philippines stands tall, a beacon of democracy and resilience. Its confidence will shape the region's future for decades. A new day has dawned, and the future is bright.